Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Now that looks a decent ball. And that's been won straight back. Shot chance! He's there, all right!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And this is Batistuta. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Now it's Alvarez. Knocks it into space. Great chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. Cleared without complication. And that was nowhere near his best. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Villa, and that's been intercepted. Almost half an hour in now. Can he get on the end of this? Batistuta.
Nepal are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need...
David Villa! Look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, we all know, Peter, that this is a team capable of breaking extremely quickly. The opposition should have been alive to the danger, but they fell into the trap.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but...
He's gone for goal! Oh, that is outstanding! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're at it again, in double quick time! He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Alvarez! A whisker away from making it 4. So what can they make of this? And there's the end of the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
With the owner of a blue
it's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. And we are back underway. Played in. Arrived on cue, but fluffed his line. He gets big. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Cafu threads one in. Cantona. That's a good run down the left. Eto providing an outlet on that flank. Kukçu. Looking for options for movement. It's played through for him. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cantona does really well to win the ball there. Kukçu, Nakata, oh well played, and he's there to get it away. Looking to play him in. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Good take, and is he in?
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Decent chance! And that was very necessary. And it's Nakata! No, not quite.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Substitution on the field, number 20, Alvarez.
So the manager can make a change
Number
for the
7,
first time in the game here.
Hitoshi Nakata. Number 11,
Barcelona
Batistuta.
appear to be happy to let
Coming
their
on the
front
field,
players stay up front all the time.
Palmer.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain...
Oh, terrible pass. Oh, shooting chance! And somehow he kept it out.
Yeah, I think I'd feel that way too. Not that I thrived in one-on-one situations.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
It's hard to overlook the presence of Tony Adams at the back here, Peter.
Yeah, well, he's dominant, isn't he? And uncompromising and courageous. Those are the sorts of words you always apply to him.
Yeah, and his reading of the game.
That is Stuta! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Batistuta demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Cafu is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And he's managed to get rid. Back towards the middle. Cafu. That's been cut out, well played. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Vieri. It's Vieri! Oh, nearly, but not quite. Messi. And here's Vieri. Looking for options for movement. Cannavaro cuts it out. Cuts out the supply.
Nepal really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Bayer getting this one clear. And smartly reclaimed. Messi. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Oh, it's just a little long. And he's heaved it away. And it's Messi. Now it's Perez.
Perez!
He has hit that forcefully.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
No way through. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Messi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Always onto this. Oh, that...
Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there!
Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And yes, it's him again. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Now it's Kubo.
2 added minutes has been
That is
indicated.
expertly dealt with. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, cracking. It's Pele! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Pele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And this could be the final action of the first half. And he's gone looking for safety. Messi! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And there's the end of the first half. How to review the first half?
Well, Paul certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep it closing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Shapes to shoot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Perez.
Oh, great feat, that.
Elects to cross. Batistuta with the clearance. And reclaimed it in a trice. And he's taking no chances there. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. That's a little off target. Well timed, excellent interception. And now they can clear their lines. Costa Curta. Cafu does well to get it back. He's in a great position here. That has been cut short. Knocks it into space. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Nicely weighted ball. Messi, he's tried one! He's been caught, and it's come back out to him. It's in! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Number 4, De Bruyne.
Oh, super fine. Pele! Oh, it's hit the post. He can get that clear. Well read, nice interception. It's a really well-measured ball. Lovely feet. Crosses it in here. He gets big. He has done it. Barcelona are back in business. Certain, searing, and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 17.
This has become one superb game of football.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Coming on the field, number 19.
Perez looking to get on the end of this.
Number 12, Van Basten.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Cafu is there to clear. Just 5 minutes left. Picked out brilliantly. Oh no, what has happened here? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He's a sharp little ball here.
Shot, surely! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it!
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford...
David Villa.
Big chance! It's in!
One moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit.
That's that, the end. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid... Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then. Christian Abbiati in goal today. Just another example of a great Italian stopper. My goodness me, they've produced a few.
They have, and like some of the current crop, he's someone who's starred at the top level since his teens, Peter. Also proved himself to be a symbol of longevity and consistency.
And that's been won straight back. Tries to play it through. Now it's Alvarez. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. This to go one up. And he's buried it, 1-0. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
So, a breakthrough already. Not the most convincing of passes.
And the shot! And it's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, They say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Simplicity itself.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who is left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Ivory Coast grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Raul, midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. David Villa! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Villa clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Big header! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. That's the throw. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, played right into his path. And Batistuta! No mistake! Into the lead once more. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Maldini gets rid without sophistication. And here's Raul. Tries to pass it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He could be in here. David Villa! Missed by a fraction. And here's Eto'o. And this is Messi. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And it's Stojkovic. Raul ploughing through the middle.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Deep into stoppage time.
That's good play from him.
Costa Curta. Stojkovic. Great vision. And it's half-time here. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Oh, a delicate chip through. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And this is Batistuta. Tries a shot! And he hits the net! 2 up now, and they are cruising. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And he's quick to get it clear again. Stojkovic. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's got away. Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's Stojkovic. Well seen, saw that coming. Ivory Coast appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And this is roll. Well, it didn't look good for... That's a foul, no two ways about it. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Ivory Coast are down to 10 men. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Oh, good-looking ball. Nice-looking ball. Well timed, excellent interception. And that is a little undercooked. Thinks about the shot, and he shoots! Now that is commitment to the cause. And it's been taken short. Mbappe! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he's gone looking for safety. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, he's onto this. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's caught him in or out. The chance to pull further clear. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So now the difference is 3.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Can he finish? It's a goal! They're back within reach! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Robertson. And there goes the final whistle. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We have already started here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Lamine Yamal. Well, this guy, Lamine Yamal, Peter, certainly is a very exciting talent. A natural right winger. We all know about his technique, but he's very impressive with his decision-making too. And when you consider that his job is all about supply, it's all about end product, he's become actually quite good at that. His ball retention is quite strong. And when you've got that in a wide player, you're onto something.
Not to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Adams. And it's Forlan. Kupchu. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nicely shaped ball. And it's hoisted clear. Knocks it into space. Kupchu. And he's worked it through. It's Nakata! Now, who's going to be first to this? If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Adams spots it and intercepts. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That's a cute ball. Dink through. Bayer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And the pass is intercepted. Raul. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Nepal really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Looking for a runner. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Adams promptly onto that, and that is that. Forlan. Now this could be a chance. Nakata in acres of space out wide. And that has been cleared. Azar. That's a good ball out wide. Maldi. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And now,
some first-half thoughts?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well, and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we are already promptly back on the way.
Natal clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say any...
David Villa! It's loose, in for the pieces! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Natal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Now it's Alvarez. He's shifting through the gears here. Goes for a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again!
He's delivered all right!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say
Alvarez is on his own, and that was very necessary. Qatar. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, that has not gone well. Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. Tries to play it through. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And he's gone looking for safety. Forlan, looking for options for movement. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Alvarez, looking for the run. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
And now they can clear their lines. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Time and again they are repelled. And he's in on goal, and Batistuta! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Number 20, Alvarez.
So the manager can make a change
Number
for the
7,
first time in the game here.
Number 11, Batistuta.
And he's managed to get
Coming
rid.
on the field, number 19, Palmer. Number 4, De Bruyne. Number 12,
And it's Hazard.
Van Basten.
Oh, that is a good ball to find him.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
That's an imaginative pass. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. And the score is 1-0. Nuno Mendes. Scholes. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries to thread one through.
How many interceptions?
And the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Van Basten clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Marquinhos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
There will be 5 minutes added
He's
time.
going to be disappointed with that. Threads one in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Pass somewhat off target. He's in a great position. David Villa! And that is the last effort of the game. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Hidetoshi Nakata, genuine legend, not just of Japan, but actually Asian football in general.
Yeah, absolutely, Peter. Someone, in many ways, who was one of the first Asian pioneers to really succeed in European football.
Yeah, an excellent import who paved the way for others.
Indeed, technique, intelligence, great work ethic too, and he had so many strengths.
And here's Aubameyang. And it's Griezmann. Now this could be a chance. It's a loose ball. And he's had it nicked away. Oh, super. Aubameyang! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Hazard, and the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Danger averted for now. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is good alertness. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Kokchu. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Kokchu, and he's running through. Goes for a shot! Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Can he get it through? Look at the space here. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Knocks it into space. And he's picked it up out wide. Alvarez. Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And it's Griezmann. And here's Aubameyang. Shapes to shoot! It's bounced back off the post. Kokchu gets it clear. Corner number 2 then. Maldini can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, well measured.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He's been caught on it here. So, third corner of the game. Soboslai plays it short. Driving forward. David Villa receives it in a wide position. Now it's Batistuta. Good effort, and it is right on half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
And just quick
The
reminder today,
midway
to
point of
please
the
drink
game.
Well,
responsibly.
both sides
Anyone
have been
appearing
full
intoxicated or
of
behaving in an
effort,
inappropriate manner
industry,
will be removed.
endeavour,
Thank you very
and
much
the
for your
stats
cooperation.
are screaming good things at us. So it's been a very good watch for the neutrals so far.
Substitutions taking
and
place.
I'm really looking forward to what's to come in the second half. This could get unpredictable.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Pedri. Now it's Alvarez. Griezmann tries to pass it through. He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up and shot a goal! And now they can clear their lines. And it's Pedri. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. 60 minutes played. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
It could be in here.
And the shot! He has done it! The breakthrough arrives at last!
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with...
Oh, they could be caught out here. Now then, the ball's come loose. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Palmer. Nakata.
Oh, shooting chance!
Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Number 7, Hidetoshi Nakata.
There's going to be another change here.
Number 11, Batistuta. Coming on the
Still
field,
no way through. The
number
defending
4,
here is
De
resolute.
Bruyne.
Mbappe.
Number 12,
And the shot's on here.
Basten.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Bellingham. And here's Van Basten.
Shot, surely!
Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Griezmann really couldn't have done much better with that. He was under so much pressure.
Griezmann. Well, that looks a decent ball. Soboslai. Oh no, what has happened here?
And the shot! They've done it! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now!
Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Villa really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So that's...
David Villa!
Now it's Griezmann. Great vision. And he plays one through. Just the goal.
Chance for a shot! It's a goal! And what a climax we have here!
So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Barcelona give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Added minutes has
Well,
been
who's under
indicated.
pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Puyol gets good distance on it. Looking for options for movement. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Aimed beyond the defence. He's come in hard. Mbappe. That's that, the end. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours, it
everybody,
might not
and
feel like
welcome
that.
to today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think there's any doubt he's one of the best around, Peter. Probably one of the best ever. He's an incredible physical specimen and a phenomenal goal scorer. You can't question his commitment and determination either. He's always in peak condition and he'll adapt his game to whatever role is requested of him. I think he's...
Cristiano Ronaldo! It's bounced back off the post. Cafu, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Henderson gets over and intercepts. Nakata. And it's Azar. Azar going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Cristiano Ronaldo is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Cafu spots it and intercepts. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's found a way past. And he's there to retrieve it. Great ball, and he... Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal! Manchester United! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must be thinking what he has to do to score.
Real chance! And he gets rid in a hurry. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Nakata. Isco. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Isco showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Shapes the shoots! And he hits the net! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Adams getting this one clear. Azar with the delivery. Nakata! Maldini can get it clear.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Alvarez. And this is Batistuta. And the whistle goes for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Natal will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Nuno Mendes is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. And it's Nakata. Can he get it through? And he's managed to get free. Great chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball...
Can he finish? They've done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
This is quite a battle.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind.
Hazard! And he's there to belt it away. Oh, it's a great ball. Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete.
The goal scored
That
for
is so
Manchester
good.
United
Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Substitution on the
And
field.
that means just one thing. Match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game.
Decent chance! Now, who's going to be first to... Oh, he's been caught on it here. Tries a shot! They've scored! They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
De Bruyne. Coutu looking for a runner. And he will... He's having a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's in! The lead changes hands again! This is truly remarkable. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Gabriel Batistuta. Substitution on the field. Number 20, Alvarez. Number 17, Kukcu. Coming on the field, number 19, Palmer. Number 15, Beckham.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And it's Bale. Kukcu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Ambitious ball here. Bastoni calmly anticipates. The ball's gone astray.
6 added
Torres
minutes has been
receives that.
indicated.
Torres! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Bayer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Isco, and he's had it nicked away. He's a sharp little ball here. The final seconds now. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very
A
good.
quick reminder today that smoking is
What a
only
turnaround.
allowed in areas
Victory
shown
from
on
the
this map.
jaws of
Thank you
defeat.
for your
Enjoy that,
cooperation.
Jim.
They've taken advantage of some complacency, Peter, but if you're offered a chance to do that, then you've got to be ready to pounce.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night. noises just about reaching a crescendo here as these two
Hello,
sides get ready
everybody,
to
and
lock
welcome
horns.
to today's
This is
match.
football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. Well, this is a formation which seems to make pretty clear what their intentions are, Jim.
Well, Peter, when you have that many back, there's only really one tactic you can adopt, and it's the counter-attack. And while it's going to give you a very solid block defensively, it does leave you very little options attacking-wise, with effectively just one outlet.
Not too much possession football then.
Definitely not. They'll be trying to play with real efficiency.
Strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Batistuta. Looking for options for movement. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference. And the finish! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Alvarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. Nicely shaped ball. And they're quick to get it back. And he shoots! They've scored! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
The goal scorer after 19 minutes is number 18.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Tries to play it through. Back into the middle. Oh, super ball. Goes for a shot! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Lovely, now then. Shoots! Really well taken goal. And they are dragging it back. Game on again. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
This is threatening to become a... And it's been given away. Mbappe! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And it's Caceres. Rodri. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Nakata. Half-time getting close now. Stojkovic, who does have an assist to his name. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Hazard.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Knocks it into space. David Villa. Stojkovic. Now it's Mbappe. Played out to the left flank. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And we are already promptly back underway. And he's intervened well there. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Hazard. And Stojkovic. Nigeria are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Great vision. And this is Batistuta. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there.
He's having a go! Kokchu! That is sensational! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And this is getting better and better. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Substitution in progress.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Oh, important interception. Rodri gets it away. That's a cute ball. Nice interception, well timed. Mbappe. Hazard. Bellingham in acres of space out wide. Batistuta. Kokchu. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that has been cleared.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Nicely worked. Bellingham! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
And Batistuta! It's off target and by quite a way.
Substitutions taking place.
Time for a change in personnel. Caceres. Rodri. 5 minutes left on the clock. Van Basten. Now it's Palmer. Mbappe. Now it's Villa. And this is Van
2
Basten.
added minutes has been
David Villa.
indicated.
Here's David Villa! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Villa really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. He's there to hit it! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Caceres. And that's it. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people.
Hello, everybody, and a quick announcement
So
now.
what do you
We would
take
like
away
to
from it
ask
all,
you-
Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the
Hello,
stadium,
everybody,
and the
and
players on the
welcome
pitch
to
are
today's
raring to
match.
go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
There aren't many defenders, Peter, who assist more goals than Andy Robertson here, that's for sure. He's reliable, consistently excellent in what he delivers going forward, and it doesn't really compromise on his defensive duties. A manager's dream in many ways.
Point blank header! That has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good alertness. Alvarez. Now it's Villa. He's found a way, shapes to shoot! And it's a goal! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Santos are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Villa. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Alvarez. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. That looks... Can he finish? A real chance and a real let-off. it's Batistuta. Oh, nicely intercepted. Kukcu. Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Santos really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity.
Chance for a shot! Crossbar comes to the rescue. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Mbappe. Marquinhos makes the interception. Mbappe. And it's Beckham. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Played back in. Cafu, deal. They've scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Real chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Cleared without complication. Cannavaro cuts it out. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And he can clear it away.
Has been indicated.
Kukcu carries the ball down the right. And that's the keeper's ball. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Nepal certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time
Please
to
be
take their
reminded
foot
that
off the
drinking
pedal.
is only
They
allowed
need
in
to
the
keep
areas
pushing,
shown on this map.
keep
Thank you
imposing,
very much for
don't
your
leave the door
cooperation.
open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time.
Coming on the field is
Whistle goes,
number 8.
and we start the second half. Now it's Villa. Nakata. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. It's played through for him. Cannavaro is there to clear. Maldini. Couldn't squeeze it through. Kukcu. And that pass just didn't quite work. Now it's Alvarez. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, there's the clearance. Kukcu.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And this is Batistuta. Maldini. Kukcu. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Aims beyond the defence. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Ah, that's a fine interception. And that has been clubbed away. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Alvarez. Searching pass he's played there. Tries a shot! Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards.
Substitution.
To increase the lead.
That is some save from Khan!
Cafu could try cutting inside here. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. De Bruyne. Beckham. Played out wide. That's good running with the ball. He came in hard, very hard. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And it's Beckham. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Oh, shooting chance!
Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
There will be 3 minutes.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And that is that. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everybody,
yet to
and
kick
welcome
off.
to
The
today's
excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're underway. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected...
And a chance! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Tries to pass it through.
Van Basten! Goal!
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So, a breakthrough already. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Messi. That is a great pick out. Just the goal.
And he shoots! No mistake! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
Yeah, well, the opposition had plenty of warning here, Peter. Look at how quick they were going the other way. Exactly what you need when you're playing on the counter-attack.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
That is ended up in no man's land. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Quality ball. Tries from distance. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Nice looking ball. And he was alert to it. That's really well cleared. And he's heaved it away. Oh, it's come loose. João Neves. That's been cut out, well played. João Neves tries across. And he's gone looking for safety. Well, that looks a decent ball. Looking to play him in. Good ball, good take.
And Batistuta!
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. The ball is on the spot. Here we go.
Brilliant save from Donnarumma!
Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence.
The
pass is intercepted.
Indicated.
And it's Kukçu. João Neves. Now it's Van Basten. Oh, red. Nice interception. And that'll be the last act of the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off from those two goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Substitution on the field. Number 7, Van Basten.
Here's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
David Villa!
Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
It's their second corner of the game. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe. That pass has been well intercepted. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. That's a... It's the cutter! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Substitutions taking place.
So, third corner of the game.
Shot, surely!
Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Dealing with the pressure. And that's one back. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's tough.
David Villa! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Donnarumma trying to keep this in. And they're quick to get it back.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Played into space. Mbappe looks to get on the end of this. Now, who's going to be first to this?
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Very nicely done. Mendes, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. That has not gone well.
Nepal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
That's going to go a long way. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Messi.
There will be 5 minutes.
It's been played through. Batistuta.
He's had a shot! And he hits the net! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt!
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Oh, he's been caught on it here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good.